what are your thoughts on the sort of the paradigm shift and the effects rippling out to all different areas?
Well, I think it is going on, but too slow. We have two I would say two branches. One branch is trying to keep on the old paradigm. And on this branch, you have in the background all the money in road construction, cars, energy producers, corporations, media. The real power of media is not what they are writing about, but who is organizing the background of the medias, and the banks. Because the turnover of money in the car environment is much more than the pedestrians. And I think this, on the other side, what you said are the young people and some old wise men or women, even more. They have recognized that what we have done in the last 100 years was a mistake. Well, this can happen in evolution because evolution is full of mistakes. But all the bad mistakes, well, some mistakes are even a chance, but this mistake is no chance. We are losing a lot of chances to have a humanized future.
Well, and that's my question, and I like how you have the two branches, because this other branch, it seems like a desperately unfair two-branch system, because there's so much power in this one branch with the corporations and the industry backing it. But my question, which I suppose is very naive, is why individuals or even groups in this branch, I know they recognize the benefit of walkable environments. Many of them, when they probably take their vacations, are going to walkable urban environments and enjoying it. So it continues to be very absurd to me that there is not more of a collective movement across both of these branches, across spectrums, for human-oriented development.
This is our physiological deficit. We had never in the human evolution, we had never the experience that the resistance against distances has been removed. And this is in the short term and in the individual level, it was a great progress when you have a car. Because the resistance function is changing. You don't have any resistance for the long distances or something like that. And the long-term effects, which we have talked about, is the urban sprawl and the centralization of working, the dependency of corporations and the control of corporations over the society and democracy. These are the effects of the fast transport systems. One of them is, of course, the cars for the physical effects. But we have some other even worse effects from internet or something like that, where the money is transferred. So we have some experiences in Iceland on this area. And why the people are behaving this way? Because they have the car in the brain. And they have experienced some progress during the last 70 years. And they think, well, if they are losing the car, they are losing their wealth, which is absolutely nonsense. The people are working 6 to 7 weeks a year just to finance the car. So they would have 6 to 7 weeks more holidays instead of having the car.
Right. And have accepted long commute times, have given up serious amount of time of their life to be in a car and car dependent. Yeah. So as you say, the resistance function to long distance has been removed. So we have this evolutionary deficit now, and it's also at the risk of widespread destruction to habitats and
yes.
our planet. So it's very illogical, I think it's the problem we're trying to solve now. Anybody who's talking about car dependence, you've been talking about it for a very long time, but I guess this contemporary analysis of it and people who are in this mobility shift and trying to really understand how can we move away from the car dependence. And I like how you said earlier that it's really unfair too. We've created systems for people to be car dependent, we as in societies, and then we punish, like with these measures sometimes to remove cars, we're then punishing. And so we have to change the environment. So that is really important, you know, rather than specifically car shaming, but also from the psychological approach that I like to look at too, is how can we inspire that mobility shift in choice?
But the problem is that the people are in a trap. The car is a trap, a very attractive trap. And if you don't help the people to get out of the trap, and they don't like to get out of the trap because it's very convenient, then you have to help them by changing the structures. You can change the financial structures. You can change the organizational structures. You can change the physical structures. And you can change the information structure also, for example, media and something like that. Exactly what you are doing. And you are showing in your website, fantastic, we are collecting in principle good practice. And this is very much important.
Yeah, thanks for recognizing that, because that is, there are all these changes of structures. I like how you outline them. And what I'm working with really is the media point, because for me, the media connects to awareness, the media connects to psychology, to the changes that are going on up here, and to sharing, to storytelling too. It's these softer elements. As you said earlier in the talk, you have to experience it too.
Yeah.
I